Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ with DJ TJ Training. This is the Peak Period podcast. This week, I'm gonna give you a really cool kind of episode. This is gonna be things to never say, things to never say at a gig, before a gig, after a gig, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm gonna get into that in just a second. I wanted to tell you right now, I have been so slammed this week. I have been super busy, and because of that, I haven't had time to record a podcast. So I'm in the car right now. I have a 2-hour drive, so I thought I might as well jump on a podcast and record it now since I have the time and I can do it. So the audio is not as good. I have my microphone in here. The audio will not be as good. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. It's my bad, but I wanted to get something out to you. I wanted to get something out to you guys because I know you guys like this. I know you guys like this podcast. I know that these tips are really beneficial. So I wanted to get something out rather than nothing. So today I'm going to talk about things that you shouldn't say. And these are kind of just in general. I just did a video about things that you shouldn't say. So that will be coming out pretty soon. But one of the things for DJs that you should not say, I learned this from a wedding planner. She's a wedding planner in my area, and we were talking about just events and things because, we're all in the same space, and we have the same bridezillas, and we have the same problems. They're a little bit different, but we have, pretty much the same problems. And so one of the things that we talked about was when a client would request something. When the client requests something that you can't do for whatever reason, for one reason or another, you can't do it. What do you do? And she told me something that she does, and it was really interesting, and I thought I like it so much. I started implementing it, and I just liked the way it all works together, and so that's why I want to share it with you. So what she does is, if she gets asked to do something that she cannot do for one reason or another, what she says is she tells the client, I can't do that, and then she follows up right after with something that she can do. So she goes, hey, I can't do that, but what I can do is this. And I thought it was really interesting because I kind of never thought about it like that. I would always say I can't do that, sorry, or whatever. And then I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm like, wow, that's a really good point. So, in negotiating, let's say a client wants $200 off, maybe you can't do that for whatever reason, or you don't want to negotiate like nobody wants to negotiate. But if maybe they ask, hey, can I get $500 off? And you're like, I can't do that, but what I can do is upgrade your package if you pay this amount, or hey, I can't do that, but what I can do is throw in some free up lighting for you, whatever it is. But that is much better than saying I can't do that, sorry, right? So that's kind of the cool thing. And on a side note with negotiating, look, everybody negotiates. Don't be hardcore. Okay, everybody negotiates. You want to get the better end of the deal, right? But you don't be the DJ that says that they don't negotiate, because I think the DJs that say they don't negotiate are the ones that negotiate the most. I think that's true. Of all the DJs I've met, all the ones that say I don't negotiate the most. So that's kind of the first thing. And so I say it beforehand, but say it's a request. Say you're at a hip-hop club, and everybody, and you're playing hip-hop, everybody's loving it, everything's great, and somebody comes up and requests a country song. Somebody's like, hey, I want you to play this country song. What I would do is, hey, sorry, it's just not the vibe, I can't do that tonight. But what about, and then maybe you suggest a song that's maybe kind of in the middle, maybe more of a top 40 song, maybe a hip country song, if you can make it work. If you can't, say, hey, it's just not the vibe tonight, I'm sorry, what other song can I play for you? Instead of just shooting it down, no, I can't play that song, try and bring it back up. Maybe it's a wedding, and the song that got requested is a super dirty song that even the clean version wouldn't be good to play. And you can say, hey, I can't do that, but what about this? Hey, I can't play that song. Do you have another song that I can play for you? Doing that really helps you. It makes you look good. It helps them have a much better idea about you, a perspective of you, it just helps you a lot, because it makes you look, instead of like an enemy, like somebody who's not trying to do what they want, because that's really what you are, right? You're not letting them, have it their way. You then help them create a good impression of you. And maybe it's like something else. Maybe it's a fundraiser. Maybe somebody at a fundraiser is trying to take advantage and wants you to add something in that you can't do. You can say, hey, I can't do that, but what I can do is this. And I do it a lot with ceremonies, because a lot of clients want everything for nothing. And so what they'll do is say, hey, they pay for the reception but not the ceremony, and then they want the ceremony set up. Hey, I can't, hey, can you bring these speakers out and do this, and say, hey, I can't do that, but what I can do is in this, I can't do that, but what I do offer is a ceremony package. It's blank, it's however much, and you get the speakers, the wireless microphones, and the music for, music play during the ceremony. Whatever it is, you want to say, I can't do that for free. Maybe not say free, but I can't do that. But what I do offer is a ceremony package, is an additional ceremony package for however much, and you get X, Y, and Z. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. It's early in the morning. I'm struggling. I've had about 3.5 hours of sleep, so bear with me. Okay, so that's kind of just a big concept for you to apply. And in practice, it's a little bit, you got to think quickly. But, if you're emailing a client, perfect. Think about it when you're emailing them back. Instead of saying, no, I can't do that, think about what you can do. Hey, I can't do that, but what I can do is this. And in the video, I said, sometimes wedding clients, suggest to you, okay, what do you think about if we put you in this corner super far away from everybody on the opposite side of the dance floor, in the opposite side of the room? And, it's kind of funny, but you may think, no, don't do that. And while you're completely right, they don't know that. So what's best is if you say something like, hey, we can do that if you want. But what I do suggest, what I found that works a lot better, is to put me right on the dance floor. It really helps the feel. It gives a better vibe, and it helps. And that's all good. It would even be better if you can use something practical, like the microphone range really helps if I would be closer to the dance floor. Whatever. People think in a few ways, and one of the ways is logically. They want to have logic, and so if you can say, it's better for the energy of the dance floor, and it's better if I'm closer because of the microphone, that really helps, because then people get an oh, okay, gotcha, microphone, makes sense, instead of, it just helps the energy and the feel of the night. That's kind of, not as strong as, the microphone could have feedback, or, it's better with the microphone range, the wireless microphone range, to put it closer on the dance floor. So think about that next time you are emailing or talking to a client. Other things that you shouldn't say. I think these kinds of things make you look unprofessional to say the least. One thing that I have found when I've been working with small businesses, just working with them, not helping them, but just interacting and buying something from them, is when it gets down to pay. When I pay for something or whatever. I recently, I had some work done on my car. I have a good friend, and he does some auto body repair. So I guess it was a few years back with an older car, but I was driving in a parking lot. Somebody backed out and hit my car, and so I got a big, huge dent on the car. So I went to my buddy, got a quote from him, and then ended up, dealing with insurance and everything. But I went to him to get it repaired, right? And so he ended up fixing it all, making it all look good. Everything's great. Okay, all good, right? And then we get down to when I pay him. And he kind of said something that turned me off in a way. And I was kind of thinking, okay, if you say that, with me, it's one thing because, we're cool. But if you did that to a random customer, I I don't know if I would like it. I think I may be turned off. I think I may not want. He said, like, the work was all done. I was getting out a checkbook. I think I had like checks printed for this one thing because I needed to have it documented. And so I have this check, and I'm starting to write the check, and he's like, "This is my favorite time, pay time," and I just thought, like, why would you say that? Because now you're changing the interaction from a good, happy exchange to, like, well, this is all you cared about, right? And that is not great, because if all you care about is money, it doesn't help your cause. And so one video that I did a while back was about helping clients. And so whenever I'm talking to a client, I always say, I'd love to help with your event. So when they first contact me, I'll send back a few questions about their event, get to know a little bit more about them, their event, and then I'll say, I'd love to help with your event. And what this does is it changes the interaction from a DJ, from a worker, from a vendor, to a helper. Now I'm helping make their day special. Now I'm helping make their club night, right? Instead of, I'm just a DJ, I'm just a vendor. Yeah, I'd love to cook meat for your party. Yeah, I'd love to DJ for your party. Now I'm a helper. I am helping make their event better. And so I recommend you say that as well. This is things not to say and things to say, but say, I'd love to help with your event. But now I'm changing it to, I mean, really, what I want to portray, the vibe that I want to give off is, I would be doing this if you didn't pay me, right? And, I see that thing floating around social media where it says, like, would you be doing what you're doing right now if money wasn't a problem? Like, if money had nothing to do with it, would you still be doing what you're doing right now? And, that is what I want to portray to my clients. Look, I love this so much. I want to help you with your event. Money is not the problem. I want to help you. And when you shift from that mindset of it's all about money, it really creates a bad vibe. It really changes the whole picture. And it makes it like that's all you cared about. And even if that's not true, maybe I think the friend was semi-awkward, didn't know what to say. Instead of just shutting up and not saying anything, he turned to an awkward comment that hurt his reputation in my mind. Now, I know him, and we're cool, and everything's all good, but it's that kind of thing. And I had another, I was getting t-shirts printed at a local guy, and he said the same kind of thing. Oh, this is my favorite time, when I get paid. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, why would you say that? That's so odd. So look, don't say that. It doesn't help you. Okay, it doesn't help you. And I think it's just no good. Okay, one more thing, and this is something that just happened recently that I thought was extremely interesting, sad, tacky, bad. Okay, there was a DJ on Yelp, and he got a bad review. He got a 3-star review. Now, really, that's not a horrible review. I mean, a 1-star review is bad. A 3-star review isn't horrible. Basically, the gist of the review is that he overpromised and underdelivered. He basically said about all the great things that he can do. He's a phenomenal MC. Did absolutely, he is everything this couple needs. And then it turns out that he really wasn't. And so in the review, they were talking about how he kind of like said that he would be like the best MC ever and great and phenomenal and all this kind of stuff. And then they're like, all he did was make pure announcements. He wasn't a MC like they were looking for. I guess they wanted, somebody to come out on the dance floor, get everybody hyped up, instead of just somebody to make some announcements. And, I don't know the interaction. I don't know the client or anything like that. And sometimes it's problematic clients. But what I will say is you don't want to overpromise and then underdeliver, because that is what causes a bad review. But So they write this review, and basically it wasn't a horrible review. It was just saying, we wanted this kind of MC. We wanted that kind of high energy, full service, full package MC. He said he could do it, and then he didn't. And that's not what we wanted. And so that's basically what it said. It said he did a good job DJing. I just wanted an MC. And when he said that he could do the MC part, I was super excited. And then he doesn't do it, and now I'm upset, right? Okay. So that's how it all runs. Well, he gets this 3-star review on Yelp. He then responds very professionally, says, hey, whatever. I love it. Are you available sometime this week to chat? I want to talk to you about everything. Good. Awesome response. That's how you should do it. Be professional. I talk about that in the training program. It's not if you get a bad review, it's when you get a bad review, you need to make sure you respond professionally. And I kind of go over all of that and what not to say. I look at some DJs who said some bad stuff. And so the review is then updated. Okay, so it was a 3-star review, and then it got updated to a 1-star review. Okay, so something bad happened during this phone call. Well, then this client goes on and says, it got worse. During the phone interview, he attempted to buy me off and basically said, I want to refund half your money. Would you update your review if I sent you back half of your money? Well, from an undisclosed party, an unnamed party, I heard that he actually did send the money back. She kept the money and then updated the review. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Okay. So, moral of the story, don't buy them out. Okay, that is not how you get a better review. Okay, you don't do that. Look, don't tell them that's the reason you're going to refund their money. What he should have done is said, look, I'm so sorry that this happened. I don't want any sour feelings. I'm super, super sorry. What I'm going to do, I'm going to refund you half your money. Okay, I'm sorry. It was my bad. I'm going to refund you half the money, and we can go our ways. I am so sorry. I don't want a sour taste in your mouth. I don't like to do the overpromise, under-deliver kind of thing. I really try and provide a quality entertainment experience for all of my clients, and I am so, so sorry that I did not meet your expectations. I'm going to refund your money. You'll see it in your account in about, an hour. Sorry. Let it go. Never say a thing. Usually, a person who then gets half their money back will go and do some kind of edit to their review. They'll delete it. They'll take it off. Whatever it is. But you don't tell them, I'm going to send you half your money back if you write me a good review. like that is just so wrong and tacky and corny and unprofessional and bad. Don't do that. So, altogether, we're going to do a recap. Tell them what you can do, not only what you can't do. Tell them what you can't do, tell them what you can do. A second thing was, don't talk about money and how that's all you care about, because, come on, that's weird. And it makes you look unprofessional. It makes you look like you don't care about them. It makes you look like the only reason why you did this was for you, because, no, you don't want that. And number 3, don't try and persuade people with your Yelp reviews. I know DJs who say I'll give you $50 off if you write me a Yelp review. Don't do that either. Come on, be professional, be real. That's just bad. There are some businesses where you can do that. The DJ business is not one. Be professional, and you'll be good. I want to thank you for checking this out. Really, really sorry still about the bad audio, but I wanted to make sure that I could get this out to you guys, because I know you guys like it. We keep getting more and more downloads and listens, and I am excited. I'm excited to help people. I'm excited to help you book more gigs. I'm excited to help you think, if that's all it takes. If I just get you thinking, if I get you changing your mindset. Oh man, I don't want 2 gigs a month. I don't want 4, 8 gigs a month. I want 12. I want 15. I want 20. That's my goal. So thank you for checking out the podcast. I will be back next week. With another awesome episode. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, djtjtraining.com, and I will see you guys next week.